Here's something I've been seeing a lot lately. Person saying, hey, I'm posting my content, I'm not getting any views. But then when you go back and realize they're posting like once a week, or like I saw one get mad at the algorithm and things like that, and they've posted twice a month. So here's the brutal, honest truth. You have to put more in the game. I, for one, believe that volume would help you serve nervousness. It will help you serve the consistency problem. It will help you serve even the clarity problem. If you're talking about the same things more than once a week, you're gonna get better at it. And you're gonna also be able to see, is this something that people actually want? Certain platforms may be different on the engagement, but you have to actually put in some volume. I'm not the person to tell you post once a week. Whenever I coach someone, I ask them, what kind of advice do you want? Do you want advice that's going to really work, or advice that make you feel safe? They say safe. I say, hey, post 3 times a week. If they say advice that works, I say try to post 2 times a day. Now I know there are going to be tons of people that go against that bark out no 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 no. But this is my reason. If you're posting twice a day, you're on social media more than once a day. You're probably logging on or going into it a couple times a day. Why not set a rule to say, hey, if I'm going to go check it at least 5 times a day, I should at least post twice a day. As a business owner, I'm not using social media to just consume all day. I'm using it to get my message out. I'm using it to connect. Yes, I can consume, but my whole goal is not to be consuming all day. I don't want to become the person. You don't want to become the person that's just known for consuming content. You want to be putting things out. Now, people may say, wouldn't I run out of ideas? Yeah, if you don't know your niche. But if you know your niche, you're really going to probably be talking about 3 to 5 things over and over again, over and over again, different angles, different ways, different formats. So it's not as if this is an impossible task. Just by the algorithm does not show your stuff to people who know you all day. So if I'm posting twice a day, that's 14 times a week. In a month, I've already done probably more than that person would do in 6 months if they're posting once a week, 3 times a week. So yes, I'm going to say, get your volume up, because you need to become consistent. You need to be the person in your lane. When people think about your lane, they say, hey, that's the person. If they never see a post from you, they never see you being consistent, they kind of think you went out of business. And that's not what you want. That's not why you came into business. So a way to do this so that you don't burn out, I say this all the time, is to create a podcast. 15, 20 minutes a week, and cut up the videos so that they can just be scattered on multiple social media platforms. We have a coach we work with, and with her, what we simply do is we have her record once a week. We take her content and we make reels out of it. We make quote posts out of it. We make questions out of it so that they can go all over. And she's at least 3 times a day. Now, she's specifically sitting there for 15, 20 minutes a week. And then she's outsourcing the rest, but we're using her voice. We're using her stuff. We're just doing the back end work. You can do the same exact thing. But yes, you're probably not posting enough. Alex Hormozi made this statement, and people will shoot him down for it, but Alex is the GOAT. He says, I post 450 times a week, and I've done that for years. Just think about that. It's 365 days in a week, in a year. He posts 450 a week. It's 1,800 posts a month. Am I saying you got to do that? Alex is the GOAT. I would love to do that. But you probably got to do more. You got to be okay with that. If you need help, hit us up. We'll love to help you out. But you're going to need volume if you're just starting, or if you are afraid of social media. You have to figure out if I'm going to stay afraid or I'm going to actually conquer this. So get to work.